Let you in on an aspect of the world that you're not normally accustomed to.
I could have been a totally different person.
Yeah, right now.
Since 12 hours ago.
Could have been wearing a business suit today. Who knows?
With a fanny pack.
With a fanny pack. Just classing up the joint.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's the only kind of ideas I have, sir.
It's Corner House Chronicles Day.
It's just different enough.
And here's the kicker, boss. They're all the same personality.
They're assholes.
Yeah. Just 1.5 million asshole penguins.
Best part.
I'm going to try and pace it out, so just as you forget about me, I'll just pop in and remind you.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is the Corner House Chronicles. It's episode 85. I'm John.
I'm Jason.
15 more.
That's crazy.
I know. We might get there before I thought.
It might be quick. We don't know.
Well, when we get shows like this, this is the end of May.
It is.
We got a little bit of time to squeeze in. Don't want to waste it. So
Squeak went in there.
Fire off a little turbo episode.
Turbo.
One thing I wanted to get to, I've been watching a lot of these videos on the internet, as we all do.
There's
do
a few
you
of them
follow the groups of friends or boyfriend and girlfriend situations where they prank each other?
I don't follow them, but I catch a couple of their videos.
I don't know which I like more, because the groups of friends, there's more people involved.
That's
some of the boyfriend-girlfriend.
The boyfriend and girlfriend one are vicious. They need to sit down, fucking write down, get a lawyer, and just put the articles of declaration here.
Right.
Like lines we cannot cross, shit we cannot do, should not do. What's too far?
Yeah.
Because some of them, it's like, wow, you got balls.
In a group of friends, it's one thing. When it's a relationship, it's another.
It is, because, that's someone you got to sleep with. And
They get vicious. But with the group of friends, the one I like the most is where they say something, and each one of them knows what it is, like, swim with the fish or something, and it means that you have to jump in the nearest pool of water or whatever.
Fountain, what have you.
And they, none of them ever say no.
No.
Ever. And I like that the video is all of them doing the pranks to each other,
There was one, they had a code word for chugging.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was like a montage of them at different areas, like at a baseball game or something. Someone would just get a beer, and they'd be like, whatever the word was, cannonball. And they're, oh, goddamn, boom, and they would chug whatever was in their hand. And it didn't have to be alcoholic beverage. One of them, a guy was pouring milk into a cereal bowl. Mm-hmm. And they were like, cannonball. And the guy just looked over like, you motherfucker. And just...
I saw one where the guy walks up and he says, I don't know, are they from Europe? Is that the accent that I'm hearing? Or is it Australia? So sometimes I get them confused.
Yeah, I would say it's Europe, but I'm not 100% on that.
Well, the guy will say, hey, so-and-so, cannonball, as he's pouring beer into an ashtray. Yeah. And the guy picks the ashtray up and drinks the whole thing like a quick shot of liquor. And I was like, oh, my God, I could never be a part of something like that.
No, and what is the limit?
It doesn't seem like there's a limit.
What happens if you refuse?
I would like to see those
growing
videos.
Up playing Truth or Dare, right?
Right.
There was always like, all right, Truth or Dare. It's like, well, what if they don't do the dare? Then you have to do the standard opt-out dare.
Or you get punched or something.
Rules. There was consequence.
Right.
What's the consequence if you don't follow the, quote, cannonball chug?
That would be the first question I asked these people if I ever came in contact with them. Or maybe I'll hit them up on Facebook, drop a comment. Like, what happens if they say no? What are the
defined rules? Did you guys sit around one night, or is it just organically morphing into this giant?
Whatever the the word they say to each other to jump in the water. The one guy said it to the guy, and he looked around. He's like, "What? There's no water." And he points at the bushes, and the dude does it. I think it's like a dolphin or something they say, because they do the little flip in the air, right? And he lands in the bushes, and he comes out, and he's got scratches all over. I was like, why would you do that? But I remember growing up watching Jackass and different things, and I'm like, that's funny. I laugh. Don't get me wrong.
I'd never do anything like
I'm
that.
laughing along. I've done a couple of dumb things, like a shopping cart
all
or
done
something.
Dumb shit.
But
there's a limit. You're not going to get in a fucking jumpsuit with meat hanging off you and jump in the ocean with sharks.
No.
No.
That's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd like
porta potty slingshot. There's things that you wouldn't do.
No, I wouldn't want to be in Steve-O's inner circle. Is what I'm saying, right?
That'd be a rough time. Oh.
Now the chicks, when they're hanging out, They like to pants each other quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, that's funny as shit.
Right, walking through the street. Or the one girl will push the other girl into like a sign or a bus stop or something. It's just like, man, oh man, I get so pissed off. Like, why you keep fucking with me? Stop. I'm not a part of your game.
To be an observer in the group, like purely spectator, knowing that you wouldn't play, would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, as I say, I watch the videos. I laugh my ass off every time. The man, I think it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife, whatever they are. But their whole thing is don't be on the cell phone. Mm-hmm. And they do the air horn to each other a lot. In public, in their house, it don't matter. Get off your phone. Scare the shit out of the other person.
I seen one. It was like, I don't know, 4 a.m. Like the chick woke up to use the bathroom. The guy was like, she always does this. And she does it to go fucking play on her phone. And like she goes in and she tells she's half awake. He just kicks open the door. Like, she falls off the toilet like, ah. She's like, I was still peeing. Some of that's gold. Some of it's like, you guys need to calm down. Cause
like I said, I'd love to see the videos where they say no, if there are any. Because I'm sure they won't publish those because it'll put a bad spin on their page. And they got to be making some pretty good money as a group or a couple, whatever it is.
This is our job now.
This is our job. This is what we do. We fuck with each other to the point where we make money.
Started off fucking with Tim. Now we do this for a living.
Oh, man.
That's crazy to think about.
Then there's the one video, I don't know. I don't think they prank each other so much as the one guy just messes with his buddy about smoking. And he's always knocking his cigarette out of his hand. Or
I'd get pissed.
The guy's on his phone, and he's got the cigarette in his hand, and it's down like this, and the dude creeps up on recording it, and he has scissors, and he cuts the cigarette in half. He's super glued the whole pack of cigarettes back in the box, so the guy opens the new pack up, and he can't pull it out. Every time he's like, man, that's another $8 or whatever, I had a conversation last night with somebody about pranks, and it's been in my head all day.
Oh, yeah.
It's just you start thinking about some of the funnier ones you've seen or heard about, or some I don't know that I'd have the balls to try, but I think I've saran wrapped a couple cars. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I've done that. With a group of other people, I've helped turn a few cars sideways and just perplex some people when they come look at the car like, what the fuck?
What happened?
Yeah.
We tried to carry a friend out around the fire pit. I passed out on the couch in the garage, and we picked the couch up, and we got all the way to where we were setting it down next to the fire, and he sat up. And we're like, oh, son of a bitch. There's one video I saw where the guys put their friend who's sleeping on an air mattress
out in the water. Yeah, I've seen that one. I would not want to be that person just to wake up like, why am I wet?
I'm floating. It feels like I'm floating. What's going on? Holy shit. You're like way out in the middle of the lake. Yeah. Wouldn't it be fun to do to somebody at KOA, though? Because it's not a big lake.
It's not at all. But to find someone on like an inflatable mattress, to carry it all the way over there.
They'd have to be really
They would have to be out.
Boozed up.
Oh, yeah.
Or just the heaviest sleeper in the world.
This is true.
Rick told me that they wrapped his buddy in 2 rolls of tin foil, and they laid him as close to the fire pit as they could get without doing any damage. And
wow.
Oh, shit.
Like younger, like elementary school, like sleepovers.
Yeah.
You would always be like, first one to go to sleep, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah. Fingers in the water where you pee yourself, or shaving cream.
Now standard,
it's like Sharpies and shit.
The standard with my group of friends was syrup.
What would you do with said syrup?
So whoever fell asleep the first, right? Because most of the kids would bring sleeping bags and shit. You would unzip their sleeping bag very carefully, hold it open.
Quietly.
Another person would stand over them with the bottle of syrup and just coat them.
Oh, on the clothes and everything?
On the clothes. They would try to stay away from the arms and face because you would feel that hitting you.
True.
So, and then they would fold it back up, zip it all the way up, and then it was either one or two things. You just let them, depending on how they slept, if they moved around a lot, let them have their own nick. It'll work out.
Right.
Or you would get like 2 guys on each side, grab the sleeping bag, and then kind of lift it up, and then start shaking up and down. So they're just like rubbing around. It's getting all over. That was an interesting one.
I'd be so pissed.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That was the standard reaction.
Yeah.
Their hair's all sticking up and shit. They're like, I'm covered in fucking syrup. It's like, yes, you are.
And if you didn't bring a change of clothes, you were like double screwed. Because now you got to wash a bunch of syrup off and wear the same clothes. Oh,
yeah.
I was never cool with that. Did you ever get in with the what's the capital of Thailand?
Bangkok.
You know what I mean? Like that game where you...
That was popular in junior high.
Yeah.
For like a year.
I never wanted anything to do with that game.
There's an easy way to get out of that game.
Swing.
Yeah, you punch them directly in the fucking head. When they're like, whap, you just tag them once. And they're like, it's a game. And be like, oh, looks like you don't want to play.
Right. I did that once, but when I was like mid-swing, I pulled off of the face and just hit him in the shoulder. You know, we were in a bar, and I was just like...
It could turn bad real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see where this goes. You know, somebody's going out in cuffs. No, don't do that. No. But he got all pissed off. Why are you hitting me? I'm like, don't do that, dude. I'm not cool with that shit.
It's not a cool game. A fun thing to do is later walk up behind them and kick out their legs. Mm-hmm. Just plop.
That was one of the ones in the group of friends that were doing the video with each other. What the hell did they call it? They had a word, and they walk up and kick the leg out. The one guy was pumping gas. He had all the weight on that leg, and he fell backwards. And turns around and looks. What the hell? What did they call it? I'm so mad that I can't. I don't even know what I would look up. Like
to find it?
Yeah, I don't know how I find these videos.
It's the rabbit hole. It just takes you to these magical lands.
You just like click one video, and then all of a sudden you got all these other ones.
I seen a video. I think it was on Facebook. It was at a Red Sox game, and this guy was building a giant fucking tower of empty beer.
I saw that today.
And the one dude just pimps around and just fucking knocks out the bottom. It collapses, and he just kind of winks and points. Oh, yeah.
And you know what's funny is there's all them people are cheering for him.
Oh, yeah. But they had to know each other. That wouldn't just be a random, because that'd be a fight.
You think so?
With that much,
would
that
you
much
go
alcohol
after somebody?
involved? No, I wouldn't. But someone from Boston with like there was at least
that's true
28 fucking empty beer cups. I mean, yeah, he
probably
probably
did
be
about
do it
6
himself.
dudes.
Yeah, but they're having a good time.
Or chicks.
It's
like when you look up prank video, you just get
bombarded with good luck. Good luck finding what you're looking for.
What's funny is I never think to like click on the like button when those videos pop up, so I know. This whole, like, do you ever go live on Facebook? Do you ever mess with live?
Never. You've done it a few times.
I went live, like, personally where I record a video to where you can see it on my feed, but you can actually, like, watch other people's feeds. Yeah. Just random shit,
sure can.
Right? You look up pranks, and that's 4 live videos of people. One's got 186 watching. Holy shit. We're in the wrong business, dude.
We might be. We might have to transition. My favorite prank of all time. Simple. You just need a rubber band. Mm-hmm. And you put the rubber band around the little fucking handle on the sink, like kitchen sink, the spray handle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And just wait.
Just wait.
It's simple. It's effective.
I'd love to pull that one off on one of the kids because they're about sink high.
Oh.
I know.
Go get me a glass of water.
Yeah, I draw the line with the wife.
You know better.
Although I will say this on the record, if I was going to prank her one time,
because she's not going to listen to this. So fine.
She'll never hear this. She don't even listen when she's on. So the baby powder in the hairdryer.
See, that can get dangerous. Have you seen the videos where it went south?
Yes, I have. But those are few and far between in comparison to the ones where it works.
Yeah.
Or a little less. I don't know what the word backfire.
Yeah.
Not ruthless.
Foolproof.
Yeah. Okay.
Foolproof.
The hole puncher, and you get the little hole punches, and you put them in the vents of the dashboard.
Yeah.
So when they flip the heater on, it just blows them all out.
What was it? The Walking Dead crew would prank each other, and Daryl, whatever his name, fucking
Norman.
Yeah, Reedus.
Yeah.
He got an absurd amount of glitter and put it in Rick Grimes' character's car because it gets so hot. They're filming in Georgia in the summertime.
Right.
So between takes, they would run to their cars and just flick on the AC. So Norman Reedus fucking followed him. He got in his car, who flicked it on, it just poof.
Glitter.
And he just looks at Norman Reedus, and who's laughing hysterically. He's like, how much did you put in there? Just like so defeated and covered in fucking glitter. Because you know that doesn't come off. Being all sweaty and shit. Oh, that's like
now
months.
You got to stop shooting to take a shower and clean it all off.
Change wardrobe. And but he has such the defeated look on him. And he's just like, how much did you put in there? Norman Reedus is like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, you said glitter. The first thing I thought of was we did a show many moons ago where we talked about buying somebody a glitter bomb or something.
We have not done that yet.
We have not done that yet. I'd still like to do that.
Who's worthy enough to do that too? Because you can't just randomly do that to people.
No, it's going to have to be somebody that's not going to hear this. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
Or
maybe
we're talking about you.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it would definitely be fun to send one to somebody.
I still have the website to said company on my favorites. So
okay. We should brainstorm after we hit stop here in a little while.
Oh, we'll figure it out. And hopefully someone listening to this might be the lucky participant. I know what the packages look like.
Yeah.
So if that ever comes to me, I'll just be like, oh, yeah, it's neat.
I know what I'm looking for, bitches.
Now, a homemade one, on the other hand, that's a different story.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. You'd have to look up some blueprints to make one, right?
It's pretty easy.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Use some kind of spring, I'm sure.
Yep.
And there you go.
Or just a piece of cardboard that's tilted, depending on if it's a tube, then you need a spring. If it's a piece like a box, you just need a piece of cardboard to slant in there. Mm-hmm. So that way when they open it, it's already forcing some of it out, especially if you write this end up or open here. If you get one of those FedEx boxes that have like little easy tear away strip, yeah, you can figure it out real quick.
Could you get in trouble? Like, you can't get in trouble for sending a personal one through the mail, could you?
No. As long as it wasn't hazardous, or as long as it fits within the guidelines.
Yeah.
Like certain things you're not allowed to ship through the mail.
Right.
Glitter is not on that list. So
no, but like, what if you sent one to somebody, a homemade, like you got a box and you set it up to where, it just looked like, and you sent it, FedEx or UPS or whatever.
What have you.
The postal. And the person that received it got so butthurt that they tried to like sue the company that delivered it for delivering it.
It's not the responsibility of the contents.
But like you said, there's certain things you can't send. What if they cause such a fuss?
It could make it on the list, but as long as it isn't on the list already. Like
I'm just thinking of the times we live in.
Yeah, this is true.
Somebody could get so just.
You seen the video of the engineer who was getting boxes stolen from his porch?
Did he put it? Are you talking about the shotgun shell one?
No, not that guy.
Oh,
this was a different gentleman who was an engineer by trade.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept getting his packages stolen. So he's like, all right, fuck this. He went to the Apple store and bought something, right? I don't know if he was actually like, oh, now I have this, or planning to return it later on. But he kept the box and slapped like a label on it for shipping.
Mm-hmm.
And then he built this little one motor fucking, I don't know, it kind of looked like an old projector where the click and the little carousel spins.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like a little carousel on the motor. So once you lifted it up, there was a little lever that would go in and turn on the motor and go zzz, and it would just start spinning. So he poured 20 ounces of glitter into this.
It's always fun with glitter.
Oh, yeah. And he had a little tracking device on the bottom of it. So he put it all together, put it on his porch, and just left it there. And he would get notifications from the tracking device whenever it would move. Like he made it 100 feet. Once it moves 100 feet, then it notifies his phone. Then he can go on and watch the live feed.
From his doorbell?
From his phone.
No, I mean, where was the camera that was watching? Was it in the... It was on the package.
It was inside, okay. Next to the motors and that. So, first one goes, and he's at home. And he's like, oh, we have a winner. So he went in his garage, got in his car, and he waited till they were a couple blocks away. And he started following him, trailing him to the thing. He would either find the box or he would find the car people. And he'd be like, can I have my box back?
Mm-hmm.
But it would show the camera as they're opening the box, and you hear zzz, and boom, it covers the whole inside of the car.
Oh, shit.
Covers the the men and women who stole the packages, they're like, what the fuck? And they're just going crazy. Some of them threw it out the window. Some of them just opened the door as they were driving and kicked it out.
More than one person?
Oh, yeah, there was like
That's
6.
Great.
It's on YouTube. I'll have to fucking find the link. But it was amazing, and he kept getting his boxes back. One time, the car was pulled over that stole it, and he walked up to him, and like they're like, oh, man. He's like, hey, can I have my box? And they kind of looked at him like, dude, take it. Get it. He's like, shouldn't steal packages.
Asshole. The one I saw, the guy put like a blank shotgun shell, so when they pick the box up, it goes off. Boom!
But it had dog poop in it, too.
Did it? Okay.
Well, there was one that had like a shotgun shell that would like bust through.
Yeah.
And it was filled with dog poop. So they would get however far, and it would go off, and then they get splattered with dog poo.
Oh, that's gross.
There's some MacGyvers out there that need to be recognized.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing happened with people who were stealing Trump signs back before the election.
Yeah, the one guy electrified it. Oh, that was genius. That video was gold.
I was delivering pizza one time right before, it was the summer before the election, so 2016. And I remember driving down the one road, and I happened to look over, and it was probably sun just going down Friday, Saturday night. It might even have been a Sunday, I don't know. And there was like 4 or 5 high school kids, and they're walking down the sidewalk, and they have 2 or 3 of them in their hands, Trump signs. And I'm just like, man, I should call the cops on you little shits right now just for stealing people's property. Mm-hmm. But then I thought, those people should have electrified their signs. Because it was already out by then. Yeah. Like, you should have seen that shit and done it yourself.
I think there was one who took the sign off the little thin metal post that it comes on. And he put something a little bit more solid on it and like anchored it in his yard. And how cars were running him over. Mm-hmm. And it fucked up a few cars, like pop tires. Fucked up some shit.
I remember seeing a video one time of somebody built a snowman around a fire hydrant.
Oh, that didn't end well, did it?
So the person goes to kick the snowman and boom, they hit the fire hydrant. Holy shit. I worry about shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, like if the moment hit you, right, you're somewhere and you see a snowman, you're just like,
I'm going to fuck that up.
I'm going to knock that snowman over. And you take off running and just shoulder plow like you're tackling him in football. But they built it around a fence post or something. And
you smack right
now you're that guy.
Well, it's kind of like, you ever hear like the orange barrels when they do construction on the roads?
Yeah.
I've heard that sometimes if it's a long-term project,
right,
some of the barrels will be filled with either water or
sand or something. Right. Yeah.
And I've always wondered if that's actually true or if that's just a rumor they started to discourage people from hitting the barrels. I don't want to find out personally.
No. Well, I know like where they have the highway on and off ramps.
Yeah, they have
those barrels have water,
yeah.
Right?
That's to help slow you so you don't.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see them filling like every other one full of rock salt or sand or something.
Not even full, maybe like 3/4.
Yeah, just a little weight so you can't. Well, it's a good thing they don't do that with parking cones, or else I wouldn't be able to take them.
Not saying that you take parking cones.
No, I'll say it. I take parking cones. I've taken so many from concerts. Like, you come out to the parking lot, you got to stand there for 45 minutes waiting for traffic to clear. Yeah. I'm not getting in the car getting in line. That's boring shit. I'm going to try and take a cone. And I make it like a point, and it's the alcohol. I won't lie.
Purely.
I get a little boozed up, and I'm like, come on, man, let's take this cone.
Why not?
Because how often do you see a cone that's 3-4 foot tall?
Not often.
Yeah. You don't
usually see the small ones.
Yeah. You don't have the option to go buy one. Well, I don't know anywhere where you would go buy a 4-foot high cone.
Online?
Right.
But other than that.
These are like the moments, you're standing around. The one I have on the side of the garage over here by your Possum Kingdom. The
Possum Kingdom.
I stood next to that thing for like almost a good minute waiting for the security guard down in the parking lot. Yeah, just standing there smoking a cigarette. And every time he would turn his head to direct traffic the other direction, I'd pick it up and move it
just
like 2 or 3 feet closer to the car. And then eventually just chuck that bitch in the back, shut the door, and go. Now I'm getting in line.
Got him.
I have no idea why I do it. I can't explain it. Other than beer.
Right. Speaking of beer, we can jump into tonight's.
I love the segues when you don't even mean to do it.
They just
That's good
organically.
Let me ask you before we get into it.
Yeah.
Has it? How much have you drank of it?
About half.
Has it started to grow on you at all?
No.
It's still
what it is. You're done.
I'm pretty much done with the first can, and I got to say it's not as terrible as the first couple of sips were. Not terrible. As impactful as the first couple of sips were.
As striking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on a different boat than you.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's the best I've ever had, but it's not as terrible as it was when I opened the can. I keep using that word. I apologize to the brewery here, but
well, for the folks at home, tonight we're having Juicy Contradiction from Oddside Ales. It's a hybrid, so it's part New England IPA and part Brute IPA. Didn't really look into the difference on those personally.
No, we'd have to do that.
It would be smart, I think. A little bit more.
Well, I got a phone here. Go ahead.
Right.
I'll do that.
I'll do the description in that. And
what were the two? Brute and what?
New England IPA.
Okay.
All right. So Juicy Contradiction. A hybrid brew with a smooth, creamy mouthful of juiciness of a New England IPA combined with the crisp, bitter, and dry finish of a Brute IPA. Oh, well, maybe we kind of figured it out. Now, this one is a 7.5%. And you don't notice it because of the shocking bite of the hops.
Yeah.
I would say it's very hoppy. A very grapefruit citrus punch. And it seems like there's multiple tiers to it. Like there's the initial wave and then a danker. I don't know if that's the correct term.
I'm not going to call you on it. So let's use it.
Yeah, why not? But the bitter is at the end, but it is pretty crisp. I will say that. I bought it purely on can design, which I think was very well put together.
Yeah, I was just actually looking. This might be a shelf beer. I like how it goes all the way around.
Yeah, because it's a silver can, and it has like a silverish white design all the way around it. And then on the front, with the same pattern, is very bright and colorful. There's green, purple, orange. It's very eye-catching. Bold. It stands out. Kind of has like a frosted background look. It's very nice.
As far as what I would picture myself drinking this beer, I don't know.
It's definitely a summertime.
Yeah.
It's not something I would start the day on.
I could see maybe like if you were out at like a festival, kind of walking around, and you come across an Oddside booth, and you're like, hey, let me get one of those. I'll drink it until I get to the next tent where I buy a different kind of beer,
That'd be good.
Like a music festival or an art festival or summertime, 4th of July, whatever.
I would say this is a good water activity if you were doing like boating.
Okay.
Not the one driving the boat. Safety. But if you're
depends on what state you're in.
Inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
No. Say like inner tubing or just out on the lake.
Floating down the river.
In an
inner tube or whatever, yeah.
I would say this
kayaking.
Is some sort of water activity related would be good with this.
I agree with that.
It's light. It's not heavy.
It's just got...
You're not going to crush...
Got a bite, man.
Oh, yeah. It has a big
You got to be ready for that first couple of sips. And we were talking earlier, we know people that
really
enjoy the
Pez.
IPAs.
I think Pez would really like this.
He probably would. Pez, if you haven't tried this yet, you should get your hands on some. It's probably right up your alley.
It's worth a shot.
What...
for shelf purposes...
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I think based on the fact that Champion Brute is the label that it is, and the reason it's on the shelf, probably for that reason.
I think so.
This, to me, is a better label than that.
I agree.
And this is Brute IPA, so it's only fitting
it's taking that spot.
That it should take that spot on the shelf. I'm actually willing to put this up in the number 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
Like I would move Penguins to 4, throw this in 5, and then do Tonga, Cat in the Wall. That's probably how I would arrange it personally. Which is irrelevant because the top 3 aren't moving.
This is true. Now, I agree wholeheartedly, but would like to point out one thing. If you notice the design on this can, and then jump back to a few episodes ago when we had
Oddside,
Cat in the Wall,
which
made the shelf.
Yep. Bright colors,
very similar.
Yep.
But different enough, and they're both on the shelf now.
Yeah. 2 on the shelf at once. Nice.
Because what do we got now? We have Electron Brown, Michigan Amber, Lampshade, Tonga, the Penguins, Cat in the Wall, and now we have Juicy Contradiction.
Juicy Contradiction. What if we did this year for the Lampies, for the Shelf Award only, we put it to a vote for all of our people on social media instead of us?
I would be okay with that.
Or we could do it like co-award, because we might have different winners. Like if me and you pick Michigan Amber, but our people on social media pick Juicy Contradiction. You know what I mean? It could be like 1A and 1B.
1B, yeah. I'm full.
Which has happened in our show history, too.
Once or twice. No, I'm for that.
That could be
a good
cool.
idea.
Maybe we could do, too, like, let's see, June. So we're halfway through the year.
Jeez.
But we do the Lampies in November, so technically we're over the halfway point.
We're way over the halfway.
Maybe we could do, like, an August fan vote.
That'd be smart.
Narrow it down to the top 4.
That'd be good.
Right?
Yeah.
And then from there, we can make our selection in November. Just something to think about, toy with it a little bit. As for Juicy Contradiction.
What would you rate it on an untapped scale of 0 to 5?
What did we just have last week? What was that?
Last week we had, it was the Michigander IPA.
That's right. Okay.
From Big Lake.
I'm going to give this a 2 1/4.
I'm going to say taste-wise, 1.75. Mm-hmm. Can-wise, I'm going to say 4 1/4.
Oh, yeah.
If we had to rate. It's shelf-worthy.
There you go.
That's all you need to know. But taste-wise, I'm not an IPA guy.
Right.
There have been a few that are out there that are decent.
This, unfortunately, didn't go that high up on the list of taste-wise. But
not for me. But for the people that like the very hoppy citrus kick, check it out.
Yeah.
You'll probably dig
good stuff. Good stuff.
Welcome to the shelf.
Shout out to Oddside. You now have a 2 in 7 chance of being the sole survivor.
Those are solid odds.
Of best label for Season 2 of the Corner House Chronicles. Boom.
For now.
Mm-hmm.
That can all change.
There's a lot of year left.
This is true.
And, the other breweries, they're going to come out with some, like you were talking earlier, one of them's redesigning all their cans.
Blake's.
There you go.
They're redesigning all their cans for the summer, which I think is good. But
it's smart.
It's smart. I think
not?
At first it was more a cost-effective thing, but they are doing well with their product.
Yeah.
And they're getting a little bit more flashy.
I could see if you had, let's say me and you ran a brewery and we had, say, 6 beers, right? And one of them just completely sold out every time we did it, and you found out that it was not only did it taste good, but everybody enjoyed the label, the way it was set up, blah, blah, blah. The other 5, when we went to redesign, would you leave the one alone that was the hot seller, or would you include it in the complete retool?
I wouldn't completely retool it. I would adjust it a bit.
A little bit.
Just to keep it more familiar, but change things up, because you got to spice it up every once in a while without making it look like completely different from what it was.
Or what you could do is completely retool it like the rest and then run a second run of the original can and label or bottle, whatever, and specialize that, 1,000 that you put out in the local area or whatever. Just... I think it includes
a limited print run.
Yeah, your fan base, if you want to call it that.
An appreciation for.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if fan base is the right word, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, supporters.
Yeah, no, it's a cool design. I like it.
Yeah.
This is going to go excellent with the Austin Powers Funko.
That's what I was thinking.
That was a nice call.
Yeah.
Nice call.
For those listeners, go ahead and check out our social media for that picture coming out to you soon, or should already be out there. Mm-hmm. But then you'll get a great view of this wonderful design.
Yeah, I could see if you could do the picture with some kind of disco background or some kind of, like he's in a dance club.
Initially, I was thinking right off the bat, I think it was Austin Powers 2 where he does the photo shoot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Somehow incorporate it with that.
You're a prairie dog.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to it.
No. And I'm spent.
Wait, they put 3 of those movies out. Which one was your favorite?
Ooh.
It's a tough decision.
I would say
they're all
the first one.
Yeah.
Second one was good. Third one I didn't really care for. They are doing a 4th installment that has been confirmed.
It has?
So everything's been greenlit.
Is it Dr. Evil centered?
I don't know exactly the story of it yet.
They haven't leaked that part yet?
No. It's very early stages.
I saw on Facebook yesterday still shots from the Sopranos prequel.
I did, yeah. I've seen a few of those floating around.
With, what's his name's son doing the role. And
James Gandolfini's son.
Ray Liotta's in it.
Yep.
And then there was a female, I can't remember what her name is right now.
To quickly jump back, though, about Austin Powers, I recently seen an interview with Dana Carvey. Mm-hmm. I think it was with Howard Stern. But the Dr. Evil was actually Dana Carvey's impersonation of the guy who runs SNL. I forget his fucking name at the moment because we're in the black hole.
Lorne Michaels?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's his impersonation of Lorne Michaels that
really?
Mike Myers completely stole without saying anything to Dana Carvey to do for Dr. Evil. The pinky and everything.
I'm sure Dana Carvey didn't care, right?
He was upset about it in the beginning.
Right.
But the interview was fairly recent, and he was like, I'm over it now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with him. But when I first seen it, I was like, what the fuck?
Trademark, just in case Mike Myers or Dana Carvey or any of you other listeners are actually paying attention to me right now, I want to write a Wayne's World now.
So
I'd like to do it like a behind the music, like a Where Are They Now?
Oh,
wouldn't that be cool?
That would be kind of cool. Like kind of reunite them or
yeah,
like see how they.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of fucking neat.
Like you could write the last. What would you say it's been 20, 25 years since Wayne's World came out? I mean, we were
97, 98.
No, I think it was before that. Wayne's World.
Oh, Wayne's World 1. I was thinking Wayne's World 2.
I would say Wayne's World 1 was probably 94.
That seems about accurate.
And then maybe part 2 was 97.
Let's see. Wayne's World was 1992.
Okay, even earlier. Shit.
Wayne's World 2 was in 1993.
Damn, it was only a year later? Yeah, capitalize on that shit, man. Mike Myers is no dummy.
Lorne Michaels is no dummy.
Right. Okay, so 92, 93, so it's been fucking 27 years. So you could write it like a 30-year, it's been 30 years, and you have all that time to write each character how they went.
The progression, yeah.
You know, what happened. Maybe, you know, Garth became a drummer and was in a band, you know, make up a band.
Or an inventor, and he started a company like Apple or something. With all his little
something like that.
Shit.
And Wayne is living in his parents' house.
Or he's living with Cassandra, who blew up. And
oh, yeah, that's a good angle. I didn't think about it. Well, no, because she's not in part 2, right?
Yeah.
Was she? Yeah.
Yeah, because the marriage with Christopher Walken. He goes and breaks up the...
Oh, yeah.
No, Cassandra.
My bad. Wrong wedding.
Wrong wedding.
Sorry. I would say coming up watching his movies, Mike Myers might have been one of my all-time favorites.
Very influential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite movie he's in is So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie so much. I could watch that thing so many times.
Boy, you got a giant head. Move it out the way.
And his buddy's like, damn, man, calm down. He's sitting right there.
He crammed himself to sleep on his giant pillow.
Let's get pissed. We have a piper down. A piper is down.
He's like, Dad, you're getting mad at the Colonel. Known only as the Pentaveret.
It's such a great movie.
Oh, it's a very good movie.
Oh, if you haven't seen that movie and you're listening to this, So I Married an Axe Murderer, check it out.
And you wanted to know what the early 90s felt like?
Oh, that was it.
Coffee houses.
Woman.
Whoa, man.
I can't. The poster's on the wall. I'm staring at it while I'm talking about it. Just thinking about Wayne's World and all the movies he's done. Austin Powers. Shit, man. And he did so many characters in his movies.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Well, he didn't do...
He was just Wayne.
He was just Wayne in those movies, right?
Movies, yeah.
But So I Married an Axe Murderer, he did him and his dad.
Yeah.
And then Austin Powers, obviously.
Fat Bastard, Dr. Evil, Austin Powers.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple more that popped in there.
What else did he...
He's been in Glorious Bastards.
Was he?
Yeah,
okay.
He played a British colonel.
I didn't see that one. I was trying to think of some of the other flicks he's done.
Oh, he recently did a documentary. It was a couple years ago about Shep Gordon. He was the manager for Alice Cooper.
Oh, okay.
It's called Supermensch. The dude's life is amazing.
Yeah.
He was kind of getting off topic, but just to get you a feel for this guy, like late 60s, he was going to be a parole officer.
Okay.
So he finally gets licensed and all that, goes to the prison he's assigned to, and the prison guards kick the shit out of him because he's a hippie. He's got long hair, mustache, beat his ass day one. He just walked in and they're like, not today.
I quit.
Exactly. So he just moved to California too for this job. So he drives around, finds a hotel, gets a room, fucking passes out. Here's this chick screaming. Well, before he passed out, he took some acid, which is kind of important to this story.
Okay.
So he wakes out of his fucking nap on acid. Here's this chick screaming. So he runs out, and he's on the second story of this hotel. And it's kind of a U shape, and in the center there's a pool. And there's looks like to him a dude attacking this chick by the pool. So he fucking runs down there to be the hero, starts punching the dude, throwing him off, and the chick starts getting pissed. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "He was attacking you." She's like, "No, we were fucking." And he's like, "Oh." He's like, "That's when I looked at her. It was Janis Joplin."
Oh, damn.
So the hotel, I forget the name of the hotel, but it's where Janis Joplin stayed. Jimi Hendrix became like his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Morrison, they would all hang out in his room, smoke pot, do drugs. And then one day, Jimi Hendrix is like, "Hey, man, you're Jewish, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You should be a manager." He's like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, manage what? He's like, "A band. I know a band. Here, Pink Floyd." Jimi Hendrix got Pink Floyd to hire him for like, I don't know, it was like 3 days. But then they fired him because he was like, "I didn't know what the fuck I was doing."
Yeah, right. I'm not a band manager.
And then Jim Morrison knew Alice Cooper. So he's like, "Oh, well, check these guys out." So he became Alice Cooper's manager. And then it just went crazy from there. But that's how he started his career. It's a great documentary. It's on Netflix.
So Mike Myers, was he narrated or
he directed it? He narrates a little bit of it.
Interviews or
well, kind of. They interview a bunch of people, and but the whole reason Mike Myers is involved is because Wayne's World 1, when Alice Cooper's in it.
Alice Cooper's in it, yeah.
Shep was fucking managing him.
Oh, so he met him. Okay.
So they wanted. He was Mike Myers was very adamant about the soundtrack, all the songs he wanted to use.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to use Alice Cooper's
Well,
School's Out.
He plays Feed My Frankenstein in the movie.
Exactly, but he wanted School's Out.
Okay.
So it was like, they're almost done shooting, and it was time to shoot with Alice. And Shep walks up and he goes, "Hey, so we're going to do Feed My Frankenstein." And Mike's like, No. You know, like we wanted to use, School's Out. It's very, for this part. And he's like,
Right.
"Yeah, I get it. That's great. It's a great song. Everyone loves it." He's like, "But Feed My Frankenstein just came out then."
That's our new
He's
single.
like, "And we
right.
want it then." He's like, "I don't know." And Shep's like, "I happen to know everybody who's on this project, and I know you have 2 weeks left for shooting, and then you're done funding-wise.
Right.
I know that you can't afford if we change the price. I know you can't do this, but
if we walk away."
Yeah, and he was like, "So, I mean, if we pull out right now, you're not going to get anyone to replace Alice for this part of the movie, which you kind of need for the plot. So this is where we're at. So we're going to do Feed My Frankenstein." Mike Myers was like, he was like a fucking mafia guy. I never fucking met him before. And he's like, "Hey, kid, come here."
He's got the shakedown.
Yeah, and he's like, and that's why Feed My Frankenstein was in Wayne's World 1. He's like, because I got strong-armed by Shep. But he later became one of my best friends.
Yeah. That's a great story.
Yeah.
I want to watch the doc. What's it called? Supermensch?
Supermensch.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Check it out. It is, you will not get bored. You will just be like, holy shit, this is this guy's life?
He's like the Hunter S. Thompson of the music industry or what?
Pretty much.
That's
like
cool.
He knew everybody. Like he managed a bunch of people that you were like, no shit. He started celebrity chefs. Like Emeril or Lagasse. Like he started him. Like he got them all together and was like, hey, because he got into cooking.
I was on acid the other night and I ate some of your fish and it was awesome, bro.
And from touring the world, like he met one of the most world famous chefs.
Yeah.
And he noticed like he had this guy had a very big party and hired this chef, but the chef still had to eat at the chef's table in the kitchen. He couldn't come out. Like they were still looked down upon.
So he wasn't a celebrity.
Yeah, and he's like, this guy is the best chef in the fucking world, and you're just like...
The whole party's enjoying his meal, and they don't know who he is.
Yeah, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
So he fucking...
dropped a couple hits and came up with this great idea.
Exactly. But he eventually learned how to cook from that gentleman and a few others. And he eventually... the Dalai Lama came over to the United States, and I guess... Shep was into that religion and was like, hey, if he needs anything, he can stay, like, because he lives in Hawaii. And he's like, if he needs anything, he can stay here. I'll cook for him. I know how to cook, all his favorite stuff.
That's crazy.
So he's friends with the Dalai Lama. And it's like all this, like, just watch the doc.
Is it it's a new documentary? Just came out recently? Or
It's a few years old.
Okay.
But not real old.
Is the Shep guy, is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The dude.
I didn't know if it was one of them things like they made a documentary because he
After,
passed,
no.
like the Chris Farley thing or whatever.
No, he's still around.
Okay.
And he has an open door policy at his house in Hawaii. But like Stallone, Schwarzenegger, everyone just comes to his house. He knows everybody.
Nice.
And they'll just be like nightly parties. And he's like, you can't talk shop. You can't be like, can I have your autograph? He's like, these are just people.
Right.
It could be someone from down the street coming in and they have a 4-hour conversation with fucking whoever.
Mike Myers.
Right. Fucking anybody. It's just crazy.
What a sweet life.
Oh, it's amazing. And he even says it. He's like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I just went with everything. Fuck it.
That's kind of how you got to be when you're in that industry in that moment, especially early on with all them rock stars.
Oh, he just fell into
what they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is probably why he became friends with so many of them, because you have those moments together, I'm sure, where you're watching cartoons come alive. And
if you're sitting on a couch in fucking Jim Morrison's apartment, just fucking hanging out, and all these celebrities come in, like, who's this? Oh, it's Shep. He's my buddy.
He's just over there. Don't worry about him.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, want some acid?
Although I will say this, the story about the couple at the pool, that's like the ultimate cock block right there. When you get beat up for having sex by accident.
He was on an accident.
Right.
They became friends. Another fucking... There's... what was that movie? Where the kid's like 14, but he wants to be a Rolling Stone reporter.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Yep.
The part
Great movie.
The part where they're on the airplane and the engine goes out and everyone's freaking out and he says I'm actually the dad of so-and-so's kid.
Yeah.
That actually happened on Alice Cooper's plane.
Oh, really?
He's like, Shep was like, yeah, that happened. That's a real thing. He was like, they took that from, I was on that plane. The engine went out, caught on fire. We were going to die.
Yeah.
He's like, somehow the pilots did something, put out the fire, engine came back on, and it was awkward as fuck for the rest of that flight.
That's great.
Oh, highly recommend it.
I want to watch this documentary now for sure.
Oh,
I'll put it on my it'll be on queue after.
You might want to do it before, because you will not be disappointed. It's all music based.
No, I know, but you didn't challenge me to that one. I have to report. We were supposed to do our challenge because it's a short episode. We're not going to get to it. We're already at the end of the show here. But John Wick, I will do that one, and then I'll do this one right after it. That as soon as I'm on Netflix, I'll just knock them both out. That way I can we'll talk about it.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah. And then I still want to hear about Sonny. I want to get your vibe on
Oh,
it.
man.
Have you watched any since?
Not since
Okay.
Our last show.
Okay. But maybe you will. Who knows? But I definitely want to hear your thoughts on some of those episodes.
I definitely went over the 6.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to that.
Charlie McDennis 2, Electric Boogaloo. Fucking Frank. Speaking of Danny DeVito, loosely speaking of Danny DeVito, have you seen the petition going around the internet?
No.
There is a petition going around that has over 50,000 signees so far. Could be way more by the time I'm saying this.
Mm-hmm.
But the petition is for Danny DeVito to play Wolverine in future Marvel movies. And the reasoning is, why not?
Why not?
But could you imagine Danny
It's a
DeVito
stretch.
just walking out with crazy hair and going, hey, I'm fucking Wolverine, guys. All 3'8" of them.
I could see if somebody was going to make one of those movies where it mocked superhero movies like they did with Scary Movie and shit, and then you put Danny DeVito as Wolverine and he comes out and he's all just, he swings the claws a couple times and he's out of breath.
Yeah. Cut something, he's like, holy shit.
These things are real.
Fuckers are sharp.
Although I agree he can do anything.
Oh, he could.
I don't know that I'll sign that. Just because.
But you'd watch it.
If it was a serious movie, I don't know that I'd make it all the way through because I just can't picture him playing that kind of role. I can't.
But you wouldn't want to see it?
Like I said, I would start the movie, but I don't know how far into it I'd get. So
fair enough.
No promises. Like I'll finish John Wick. That documentary, I'll definitely finish that.
You'll dig the documentary.
I finished Captain America. I don't know that I could finish Danny DeVito as Wolverine. And I don't even know the story of Wolverine.
Well, you might not have to.
Probably not. Oh shit.
Now, if they pick it up and do it for a Sunny episode, are they still making
Oh,
Sunny?
that'd be totally different. I think they are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then I know what I'm getting because it's an episode of Sunny. I can imagine how this is going to go, right?
Like a Halloween episode, but he
Right.
actually gets real knives.
Right.
Oh, that could be fun.
Check out Sunny in Philadelphia, folks, if you never have. Give it a shot. I think it's funny.
Start at the later seasons.
Yeah, definitely.
I was not a fan.
No, the early seasons are very dry.
Yeah, I tried to start at episode 1, season 1.
It's rough.
It was rough.
It's not one of them kind of shows. You don't have to do that.
No, there's 12 seasons.
10? I think 10.
10.
Yeah.
So you can jump around.
Yeah.
Charlie McDennis is a good spot to start.
Mm-hmm. That's a good episode. And the Invincible one. That's a good one.
The Invincible one was really good.
All right. Well, we want to thank all you listeners for checking back in. Nice little turbo episode.
Yeah.
Put it out there. Welcome to spring. This is a good way to end May. Shout out to Oddside Ales. 2 on the shelf.
Doing good things.
Definitely. Lots of colors. We're digging it. Juicy Contradiction. It's good beer. Not too bad. I mean, it is
for what it is.
Right.
Yeah. If it's your thing,
you're going to enjoy it.
I recommend it.
Mm-hmm. If it's not, we muscled through.
We tried. We put forth an effort.
If you have a beer offered to you, maybe drink it. But
yeah,
if you're out there looking for something to spend money on, and it's not your thing. It's not your thing.
Unless you're Pez, we recommend this to Pez.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Got anything else for the road or no?
No, just looking at 86 is the next one.
86. Looking forward to 88. We can try a beer from out of state.
Out of state on the 8s.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun. Yeah. All right. Well, until next time, we'll catch y'all on the flip side.